Alright, another day, another problem. So let's try and solve this problem. So basahin natin. An air compressor receives 272 kilogram per minute of air at 99.29 kilopascal and a specific volume of 0.026 cubic meters per kilogram. The air flows steadily through the compressor and is discharged at 689.5 kilopascal and 0.0051 cubic meters per kilogram. The initial energy of the air is 1,594 joules per kilogram. At discharge, the internal energy is 6,241 joules per kilogram. The cooling water circulated around the cylinder carries away 4,383 joules per kilogram of air. The change in kinetic energy is 896 joules per kilogram increase. We are asked to sketch an energy diagram and compute the work. So let's proceed. So to be able to visualize our problem easier, let's draw our system. So we have here our system, kahit anong shape. This is our system. On this side, ang lalagay mo lahat ng energy na pumasok. Energy in, tas dito sa side na to, lahat ng energy na lumabas. Para hindi tayo malito and madali nating makita kung anong nangyayari sa system natin. So, meron daw tayong air compressor. So, since it's an air compressor, this system is an open system kasi it receives air at a rate of 272 kg per minute. We have here an open system kasi energy and mass can enter. So, lagay na lang natin dito that our mass flow rate, yung mass flow rate na pumapasok sa system natin is 272 kg per minute of air at 99.29 kilopascal. So this is a unit of pressure. So we have here, to push that air, kailangan ng 99.29 kilopascal. We have here our P sub 1, 29 kilopascal. And the specific volume of 0.026 cubic meters per kilogram. We have a specific volume. V sub 1, 0.026. Maganda na sinusulat natin ng ganito para kita natin at hindi tayo maligaw or magkamali in our solution. Next is the air flows steadily through the compressor and is discharged. So, meron tayo ditong inlet pressure at may outlet pressure kasi discharge pressure. So we have here 689.5 kilopascal. So P sub 2, our pressure at the discharge, our discharge pressure 689.5 kilopascal. And our specific volume at the discharge 0.0051 cubic meters per, that is V sub 2, 0.0051 cubic meters per kilogram. The initial and internal energy of the air is 1,594 joules per kilogram. So, meron tayong initial internal energy. So, lagay natin dito, U sub 1, to indicate that it's our initial internal energy. Pero it's in joules per kilogram. Ang gawin natin para mas maging maliit yung mga values na ita-type natin later sa calculator, let's just make everything uniform and use kilojoules. So, dividing this by 1,000, we will have 1.594 kilojoules per kilogram para lang maliliit yung values natin mamaya. At discharge, the internal energy, so sa discharge daw, ang internal energy is 6,241 joules per kilogram. So, lagay natin. Let's just make it, again, kilojoules. So, dividing this by 1,000, we have 6.241 kilojoules per kilogram. The cooling water, may cooling water daw na nagsisirculate around the cylinder. And it carries away 4,383 joules per kilogram of air. So, ano yan? Since it's cooling water nga siya, Meaning, our system will reject heat. May heat na mawawala kasi meron tayong coolant which is in the form of a cooling water. So, saan natin lalagay? Pumasok ba yung heat or lumabas? So, from the word carries away 4,383 joules per kilogram of air, the cooling water absorbed this amount of heat and our system rejected this amount of heat. So, dito natin siya ilalagay sa part ng lumabas na energy. So, we have here Q is equal to 4.383 kilojoules. Again, make that in kilojoules para mas uniform yung ating calculation. So, kilojoules per kilogram. So, ano pa? And lastly, the change in kinetic energy is 896 joules per kilogram. Take note of the word change. Kasi again, pag sinabing change, naka-delta na yan. And sabi dyan, 896 joules per kilogram increase. So, dito na natin siya ilalagay sa energy out kasi nandito na siya sa side na nagkaroon ng change. So, we have here our delta in kinetic energy. Our change in kinetic energy, and this will be positive kasi increase. And dividing this by 1,000 para maging kilojoules, we will have 0.896 kilojoules per kilogram. Alright, so ayan. Kita na natin dito yung mga pumasok sa system natin at yung lumabas sa system. So, meron na tayong energy diagram. Ito yung pinaka-energy diagram natin, yung buong to. Kasi makikita mo dyan lahat ng energy na pumasok at energy na lumabas. And it's just a matter of using the first law of thermodynamics to find the work. Ano nga ulit ang first law of thermodynamics? It's about the law of conservation of energy, meaning the energy na pumasok ay equal sa lahat ng energy na lumabas. Okay, so let's proceed in our calculation. So, in our energy diagram, makikita natin yung iba't ibang forms of energy na pumasok at lumabas sa ating system. So, again, the energy that entered is equal to the energy that left our system. Energy in equals energy out. So, since meron tayong pressure at specific volume and we have a working fluid, we have workflow or flow work. So, lagay natin na may pumasok na flow work. And then we have internal energy. Kaya madaling nasa left at right side para pag nilagay mo sa equation mo, hindi ka na malilito. So, salpak lang ang salpak. So, may flow work na pumasok, may internal energy, initial internal energy. And then, pakita natin. Since may change in kinetic energy, matik may kinetic energy sa buwan tayo dyan. Tapos, yung applied heat. Okay? Yung applied heat natin. Alright. Lagyan natin. And then, sa energy out naman tayo. So, again, meron na yung flow work sub 2 plus our internal energy sub 2 plus our kinetic energy sub 2 plus yung hinahanap nating work. Since this is an open system and may natatanggap na mass, may mass flow papunta sa system, this is steady flow work. Okay, so transposing everything to the right side, iwanan lang natin si Q dito sa left side, we will have Q is equal to, again, magkakaroon tayo ng change. So, workflow 2 minus workflow 1, that will be delta, the change in our flow work. Then, U sub 2 minus U sub 1, kasi pag nilipat dyan, magiging negative. This will be change in our internal energy plus the change in kinetic energy, Ke sub 2 minus Ke sub 1, and yung ating hinahanap na work, steady flow. Okay, now that we've established this, meron na tayong meron na tayong change in kinetic energy. Tapos itong change in internal energy, pag ma-minusin na lang natin, let's just find the change in workflow para substitute na natin silang lahat dito mamaya. So, let's find the change in our workflow. So, the change in our workflow is simply, in our flow work, is again the final state minus the initial state. So, you will have here P sub 2 V sub 2 minus P sub 1 V sub 1. So, let's input our values. From here, our P sub 2 is 689.5 kilopascal and our V sub 2 is 0.0051. So, 689.5 kilopascal times 0.0051 cubic meters per kilogram minus our P sub 1 is 99.29 kilopascal and our V sub 1 is 0.026 cubic meters per kilogram. Per kilogram. So, we know that kilopascal is a unit of pressure. And pressure is equal to force over area. Meaning, kilopascal is just kilonewton per square meter. Because kilopascal is the unit of pressure in the SI system. So, kilopascal is equal to kilonewton per square meter. So, ano mangyayari sa units natin? Gawin na natin tong kilonewton per square meter para makita nyo yung unit analysis. Kilonewton per square meter is equal to kilopascal. So, yan, diretso na natin. So, mapapansin nyo that this will cancel. May matitirang 1 meter sa taas. Tapos, kilonewton meter per kilogram. And we know that 1 newton meter is 1 joule. But since nakakilo yan, magiging kilojoules lang sila. So, our final unit should be kilojoules per kilogram. Okay? Kasi kilonewton meter is kilojoules over yung kilogram. So, pressing this into your calculator, makukuha mo yung delta flow work or the change in your flow work, which is approximately equal to, let's use 4 decimal places. Press that into your calculator. 689.5 times 0.051 minus 99.29 times 0.026. You have 0.93491. Sige, sama na natin yung isa para 0.93491. Again, kilonewton meter per kilogram is kilojoules per kilogram. So, meron na tayong change in our flow work. Pwede na nating balikan ito. We can use this formula to solve for the missing work steady flow. So, sulat lang natin sila dito. So, again, our heat is equal to the change in our flow work plus the change in our internal energy plus the change in our kinetic energy plus our missing work steady flow. So again, personally, ang ginagawa ko, we solve for this in terms of variable first para iisang salpak na lang later on. So, solving for this, transpose ko lang to lahat sa kabila. Sa kabilang side. So, basically, our work steady flow is equal to Q minus delta workflow minus delta internal energy minus delta kinetic energy. So we will just input our values. So what is our values? Work steady flow is equal to our heat. What is the amount of heat? Ang heat natin ay nawala sa ating system. So kapag nilagay natin siya, this should be negative 4.383. Kasi lumabas siya sa system natin. So, we will input negative 4.383 kilojoules per kilogram. So, doon na natin lagay yung unit sa labas. So, okay. So, yan yun. Bakit negative? Kasi, heat was rejected by our system. Hindi tayo nag-apply ng heat. Instead, we lost heat. The system lost heat. In our assumption here, dito sa ating energy equation, nag-apply tayo ng heat. Magiging negative siya kasi our system lost heat. Okay? So, again, sana that's clear. And then, we have here negative or minus our flow work na nakuha kanina, which is 0.93491. Minus the change in our internal energy. So, this will be, again, change in internal energy is simply U sub 2 minus U sub 1. So, lagay natin dito. U sub 2 minus U sub 1, 6.241 minus our U sub 1, which is 1.594. 1.594 minus our change in kinetic energy, which is given, that is 0.896. And then, ayun, we will just put the unit here sa labas. Kasi pare-pareho naman sila ng unit. Kaya, napakahalaga that in solving problems in the first law of thermodynamics or in any thermodynamic problem, siguraduhin nyo that they have the same units and your units are uniform para tama yung makuha mong value. Lahat sila ay naka-kilojoules per kilogram, kaya inilagay na lang natin silang lahat dito para hindi na natin isa-isang ilagay doon sa katabi ng bawat numerical value. So, pressing this into your calculator, negative 4.383 minus 0.93491 minus 6.241 minus 1.594, don't forget the parentheses, minus 0.896, and you will arrive with the answer of negative 10.8609. So let's just use 4 decimal places, and the unit is kilojoules per kilogram. Okay? So, but yan na ba yung final answer natin? No, not yet. Why? Kasi, again, going back, may given sa atin na mass flow rate. At kapag may given na mass flow rate, gagamitin yan. So, since it's mass flow rate, it's mass per unit time, remember that energy in rate form is equal to the mass flow rate times the type of energy, which in this case, yung energy natin na represented by E in terms of its per unit mass is our nakuha nating work steady flow. Again, yung energy involved dito is yung work steady flow. And as we all know, energy per unit time is power. Or it could also be represented by this symbol. Pero okay, let's just use work steady flow para ano. But it's in units of power or energy per unit time. So let's proceed. Our work steady flow is equal to the mass flow rate. Ano yung mass flow rate natin? Our mass flow rate is 272 kilograms per minute. So every minute daw may 272 kilograms na pumapasok. Times our energy, which is negative 10.8609 kilojoules per kilogram. Okay, so makikita natin that kilogram will cancel out. Ching, ching. And our resulting unit will be kilojoules per minute. And let's press that into our calculator. 272 times negative 10.8609. That is approximately equal to our work steady flow for this problem in rate form. This is negative 2954.1648. Our resulting unit is energy per unit time, or unit of power, kilojoules per minute. So, bakit negative yung nakuha natin? Bakit negative? Anong ibig sabihin yan? Tulad ng sinabi natin from our introduction in thermodynamics, work is negative when work is done on the system. Note, kapag negative ang work, done on the system. Meaning, kailangan ng system natin ng work. May ginawang work sa system natin. Pero kapag positive yung nakuha mong value ng work, our system produced work. Done by the system. Done by the system. Yan. Bakit kayo nagtataka kung bakit negative yung nakuha nating steady flow work? Ibig sabihin lang yan, work was done on the system, not by the system. Again, take note of this kasi mahalaga yan. And kung babalikan nyo yung problem natin kanina, this is an air compressor. An air compressor is a type of power-consuming device. Kapag power-consuming device, it requires work to operate. Kailangang may magawa kang work sa system para gumana siya. So, ang air compressor is an example of a power-consuming device. Kaya, it will explain na negative yung nakuha nating work or work steady flow. Negative yung pag power-consuming device, negative yung work. So, negative yung work. And on the other hand, on the contrary, kapag naman kung consuming ang isa, meron tayong tinatawag na power generating device. At kapag power generating, sila naman yung gumagawa ng work. So, ang work natin kapag power generating is positive. Examples ng power generating device ay mga turbines, yan, mga ganon. And power consuming, they consume power. So, negative yung work. So, yan. Remember this as well. Take note of this. Alright. So, our final answer for this problem is negative 2954.1648 kilojoules per minute. Again, the negative indicates that that work was done on the system, not by the system. Kung gusto mo maging positive ang maging final answer mo, dito pa lang, pagpalitin mo na si Q at si work steady flow. Ilagay mo siya dito sa pumasok na energy at yung Q, lagay mo na sa kabila. Pero, ako personally, nagsistick na ako dito. Kapag lang naging negative yung sagot, alam ko na work was done on the system, not by the system. Alright? So, take note of that. Yung sign convention natin for work and for heat, as well as yung power consuming device at power generating device para ma-justify natin whether we got the right answer. Alright? So, that's all for this problem.